Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and in this video I'm going to talk about this yarn and this pattern. First, I wanted to give a thank you out to Stitch House Creations. They messaged me after one of my videos from last week and wanted to mail out a donation for those families that I was talking about that my husband's job is putting together a fundraiser for. So I just wanted to show you all what she sent. This super cute little pumpkin with a breast cancer ribbon on it with made of cotton, and this super cute teddy bear. What a nice donation. And it's so soft. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's got like a fun fur or alpaca or something mixed in with it. Ah, it's nice. So thank you so much for sending those. My husband will take them into work tonight and put them in for the donation cell or the raffle baskets or whatever way they're selling our stuff. So thank you very much. What a kind, generous donation. So this video, now we're into the nitty-gritty of it, is going to be a review of DK Colors. It's a premier yarn that I got at Joann's. This is the colorway macaroon or macaron, whichever way we decide. I think the Canadian crocheter said, Debbie said one is French and one is English. So I'm going to go with macaroon because that is how I prefer to say it, since both are okay. So this is the beautiful shawlette that I made. To me, it is a very soft yarn. This is in a colorway that has solids and variegated. As you can see, that has a section of variegated. Whereas some of their yarn in these DK colors are just solid. There's no variegateds in them. This was a very nice yarn to work with. There was no splitting. I also would say it's very true to a DK. It's not like some of those yarns that you get that say they're worsted and they're really a DK or they're a little thicker. This is truly a DK weight yarn. It also says it's anti-pilling. And I would agree with that so far. I haven't had any problems with it fuzzing, but I mean, I just worked with it just this one time. The one thing that I did feel was kind of, I wouldn't say a complaint, but kind of frustrating, is this, and maybe it was just my luck of the draw, but this cake had 4 sections, and if you look, there's not that very much. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors in there that were knotted. And it wasn't just like, it was like the white was knotted into the green. It was cut and knotted into. It was not smooth whatsoever. And I've had that in Karen cakes, and I've had that in, pretty much every brand of yarn that is a basic Joann's, Michael, Hobby Lobby, Walmart yarn. But I've never had one that had 4 cut off pieces and knotted in it. So that is a little frustrating. I mean, I've had some that have 1 or 2, but I felt like it was kind of high. Now, I still have something that I can make out of this yarn. And so I'm hoping that this also does not has as many cuts, breaks in it and knotted sections. Like I said, it's very true. I'm a tight crocheter. And so I did have to meet my gauge for this project, I did have to, change my hook size. But yeah, I think I really enjoyed the yarn. My only complaint was that it had a lot of breaks in it. And again, I don't know if that's just that one bad cake or if that's something that's consistent through them. I did not hand wash this project yet because I wanted to talk about it with you guys. So when deciding what I was going to make with this DK Colors yarn, I decided to type into Ravelry shawls made with DK yarn. And this came up. This is Cosmos Field by Zooty Owl. I'll put a link in the description to this pattern. And I was super excited to see it because I nearly had forgotten because I have made a few of Zooty Owl's patterns before. I'll put links in the description if I can find them. I've printed them off myself and keep them in my binder. You know what? I might actually show you because she has a very recognizable logo. Just 1 minute. Okay, so I'm back. I still print off the majority of my patterns and put them in a binder and tab them as to whether they're hats, scarves, shawls, amigurumi. But this is the logo for the Zooty Owl, and I love her patterns. This is the day trip scarf. I've made her road trip scarf, and this is her Cosmo Field shawl. A lot of you mentioned when you were looking at my videos, and I did a bunch of those like little tutorial, like how to, you noticed this, and this was what I was working on, and this is also another Cosmos shawl. I'll take this one off in a bit and put this one on. But she has very easy to read patterns. A lot of her patterns do consist of double crochets, but she uses them in a unique way to where it looks like different textures. The one thing that I did different to this shawl and I did to the next is I put a button right here so that you could wrap it around how you wanted. And if you don't happen to have a shawl pin, you can have that button. And then I added a couple flowers, which she has patterns to these flowers on her day trip and road trip scarf. And then I put one down here so it kind of has that pretty floral cascading look. I'll turn Juanita around so you can see the back of this shawl. It's just a simple V stitch or V look to the shawl. The border is very easy to follow, and I really like it. I think I'm going to try blocking this because I kind of wanted to stretch this out a little bit. I, for the most part, color controlled this, except for when it came to here. As you can see, it changed to pink. And I was like, it's not that big of a deal. It's not too noticeable. But this is Juanita wearing the DK color macaroon in Zooty Owl's Cosmo Field shawl, which I just love it. So I'll take this off Juanita. This is what it looks like. This is the size that one Cosmo Field will do. And I literally just had a little bit enough to do a couple flowers. This is like every inch of the Cosmos Field, or every yard, 383 yards. So then I made another, and please, it's not about this yarn, but this is with Mandala Baby in the colorway Honey Duke. Again, I put a little, make sure it's down the center of Juanita's back. I put another little button here to help with where to, cover your shawl over. You don't have to put that button. The Zooty Owl does not request it in her pattern. And again, for this one, I just made 2 flowers. This is just my own flower pattern that I made up. And so this is another one of these Cosmo Field shawlettes. Now, my husband both pointed out that they're very springy, not really weather appropriate. But, I mean, I like still using these colors. And you know what? You can get a jump start onto someone's birthday gift. Here's the back. So I highly recommend checking out Zooty Owl's scarves and her patterns. They look lovely. They have a lot of detail in them. This one I really color controlled a lot. Like, I went through and cut and made sure all the colors laid right. This is Honey Duke. And like I said, Mandala Baby. So this one is almost, I wouldn't say it's perfect. There's a few parts where I had to just have the color change there. And then I took the leftover and I did part of it in green, part of it in pink, and part of it in yellow. So the border on this one is done. I will say if you're looking for a mandala cake, no, not a mandala cake, a DK weight cake. This one being the DK Colors Premier Yarn from Joann's, and this being the Lion brand Mandala or Mandala, whatever, however you're saying it. I would say this is softer. The DK Colors is softer. It almost kind of feels to me like a brushed cotton. Like, I would compare the softness to this to I Love This Cotton from Hobby Lobby. So if you want this is way softer than Sweet Rolls. So, and you know, most of you will know that the mandala or mandala yarn is really not that, it's not that scratchy. So for this to be softer, you know, it's very nice. It's very nice. It was $5.99 regular price. I used my 50% off of one regular priced item, so I got it for about $3. So remember that Joann's and Michael's, and I guess if you're in the South where AC Moore is, you can use those coupons interchangeably. I mean, I don't know, $5.99 for this amount of yarn. I don't know. I mean, if you can get it for 2 or 3, why not? But yeah, I do recommend using the DK colors. It's a nice, and they have a variety. I would say my Joann's had at least 15 different colorways, solids, tonals, and variegated mixed. So they have a good selection. And then I really, really recommend checking out Zooty Owl's patterns. I just love them. She's from Australia, and she makes wonderful shawls and scarves. But that's about it. That's what this video is about. The title of the video will be something about DK colors and Zooty Owl shawls. Check both of them out, and make sure if you check out this yarn at Joann's, use it with your coupons so you can get a good deal. Until then, happy crafting.